All right. I want to talk about a very sensitive topic. It is a topic rooted in religion. It's about the nature of God. I saw a post yesterday on Facebook where somebody had criticized God. Yeah, he criticized God. He he doubted everything about the existence of God. So, and people were bashing him, people were lambasting him, people were saying a lot of things. Well, as you can expect, always, I commented and I gave my own perspective on the matter. It is that same perspective I want to share in this video. When we talk about God, for most people, they would not have known anything about God if not for religion. But then, religion does not own God. No religion at all has the right over God. God is totally different from religion. Rather, what religion does, it provides a medium, it provides an architecture, it provides a formula, a format, a method of trying to reach God. Now, each religion hustling against the other religion to appropriate God, to domicile God in their own religion. By so doing, they begin to give some authoritative proclamations, authoritative ideas about God, because they feel they have domiciled God. But I must tell you, God is not a physical image. God is very abstract. God only lives in the mind. I believe in God. I want to tell you, I believe in God. The fact that every 6 a.m. in the morning, the day begins to break. The fact that every 6 p.m., the day begins to fold up. The fact that humans reproduce. The fact there is day and night, there is seasons. The fact that there are so many occurrences beyond human understanding. That is the idea of God in me. The idea that there is a power who manipulates these things. There is a power who causes these things to happen. That power is my idea of God. But then when it comes to how this God functions, it is only left to human imagination. And when you come to human imagination, it is in individuals to determine the nature of God according to their encounter with this God. Naturally, humans are born agnostic. Agnostic, the idea that no one is born with any religious ideas, affiliations, attachments. Religion is as a result of the environment where we grow. The environment arms us with the kind of religion we identify with. For example, if you are born in a Christian environment, there is 90% or above tendency that you will be a Christian. If you are born in a Muslim environment, the tendency that you will become a Muslim is high. This is how the religious affiliation come about. This has nothing to do with race, because you can transpose a people of a race with the other ones and then take along their own religion. You see them giving a birthplace for that religion as they move. because they are already members or adherents of that particular religion. The fact that you are hungry now and you say, God, give me food, and He does not give you food, what it implies is this: there is an error somewhere, and that error is in religion. The religion that has told us that God does everything, that is the religion that has put God in a very precarious situation, a situation where you must always want to test God, you must always want to try God. The idea of God dwells in the mind. It is an idea of human consolation, redemption, and solace. It is an idea where you have to place your mind on some other realms or some other capacities that are beyond you. For example, when you have done your best, when you have tried all possible to surmount every situation and you cannot, now you relegate, or now you transfer this activity to an entity you imagine, you conceive in your mind, the God entity. Now you transfer the burden to Him. This is a kind of hypnosis. For example, you take alcohol. By the time you take alcohol, you find yourself in another realm, in an imaginative realm, where the 100 naira in your hand begins to purchase all the good things of life. This is just in your imagination. It's a kind of opium that takes you into another realm. That is the realm where one can find oneself and he decides not to do some funny things. For example, you must have to place yourself on a certain realm and talk yourself out of suicide, believing that something can happen. This is deep imagination. This is deep thinking, meditation. This is how you unburden your heart, believing that something can happen. This is how you apply for a second chance, for another day to try, believing that there is a power that controls the universe. But how this power works is tied to individual's imagination. It has nothing to do with what the religious system has made us to believe. The system where people talk about miracles, they ask God, oh, it's so cold in England, please God, I want some warmth. And God sends heat. No, no, no. It's funny that people who practice heresy the most are the same people who condemn others for heresy. That's the same people in the church. Not just only church, the same people in every organized religion. The fact there is no way you can prove empirically that you ask God to send you 500 naira and miracle money comes. That is to say, the whole idea revolves in your imagination. And then the problem is not in you saying that, the problem is in the person who believes that you asked God to bring down dollar and God brings down dollar. So the idea of God is the idea in human mind. God is abstract. If you decide that you have nothing to do with God, you will still live. All you need to do is you wipe out that portion of your mind that leaves certain responsibilities, certain rights, certain obligations, and certain reverences for God. All you need, you just wipe that face out. But I tell you, 90% of suicide cases are people who have deleted the idea of God. Human heart, mind cannot live in vacuum. You must place it upon something. The fact you are not working today, you have spent your last 1,000 last night, nothing to eat at home, and you believe you will not die. That is a godly instinct. You believe somehow something will happen. But for one who has no such reliance, that is to say, you've got to the dead end, right? Then it's as simple as taking one's life. So when people say there is no God, that is their own perspective. They have not relegated any assignment to such entity, the God entity. They are living out their own time. And they will live for as long as whatever power that is beyond them causes them to live. Sometimes they can influence how that power treats them. Sometimes they are powerless to that power. That powerlessness usually breeds in human mind the idea that God is unfair, that God is partial, the idea that God has created people and found a lot of chaos in the people he created and he decided to desert them. These are some of the things that occur in human mind. So people have the right, not just rights, and they are right when they say so. If you believe there is God, you are right. And if you believe there is no God, you are also right. And then none of the two parties can expect God to come and prove himself. He won't. You see why everyone is right. My name is Chukwuebuka Amechi. I will continue to talk about these things. We continue to interact, educate one another, educate our world. This is our own responsibility. For you, the viewer, anytime you feel you can come live or you want to be interviewed, we can schedule and talk about any topic that is relevant to our living and our sustenance in our present society. When you say Chukwuebuka Amechi, remember Obase. Chukwuebuka Obase Amechi. Obase wụ nna m. Udo dịrị gị.